Hello guys, welcome back. This is Modern Man here for another Deck Tech Monday. I gotta come up with a better name than that. But today we are doing Esper Mill in Modern. One of my favorite archetypes in Magic the Gathering is Mill, but it's always been a little too expensive for what it does, or cost-wise rather. Not mana cost, but money-wise. Since it's just like a fringe playability thing, but you know, it is what it is, so maybe one day we'll get it on the channel. So here's the deck list and price. It's not a super expensive deck, but it's definitely pricey, especially if you're new to Modern. 240 ticks, 241 online dollars, whatever you want to call it, and $760 in paper. Something that I stress in every video, or I try to stress on every deck tech rather, is for the land base, you really don't need to have the exact same land base I do. You could change it up a little bit, change the numbers. You know, you don't need to be playing 8 fetch lands. You could play more shocks, anything like that. And for our creatures, we have 4 Hedron Crab, really good with landfall, probably the best mill creature in the game. 1 mana, 0/2. Landfall, whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, target player puts the top 3 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. So every fetch land, that's why you play so many mills, 6 cards. So you play your fetch land, mill 3, fetch a land, mill 3 more. It's pretty good. You have 4 Jace's Phantasm, 1 mana, 1/1 flyer. Gets +4/+4 as long as an opponent has 10 or more cards in their graveyard. This card's a really good alternative way to win the game. Be able to just start beating your opponent down with it. You also have 3 Snapcaster Mage. 2/1 flash, enters the battlefield, target instant or sorcery in your graveyard, gains flashback until end of turn. The flashback cost is equal to its mana cost. You play 2 Tassiger as well. The Tassiger is something I'm trying out. I'm not 100% sold on it yet. Maybe I want to play Mind Funeral in the deck. That's a card I'm lacking, but I feel like I need. Maybe it should be a Mind Funeral, but you know, I'm going to try this out a little bit, and I'll let you know. And here are your control spells. Our control spells include Fatal Push, 2 Fatal Push, 4 Path to Exile, 1 Crypt Incursion, because you want to have a way to be able to beat the aggro decks in the main deck. And this allows you to start milling your opponent, and then when your last gasp, go ahead and Crypt Incursion away. Now your opponent has to do all that work again. And 4 Visions of Beyond. This card's basically an Ancestral Recall in your deck, since you're milling your opponent so much. If an opponent has 20 or more cards in their graveyard, draw 3 cards instead of 1. Pretty good card. Used to see play in the Jeskai Ascendancy deck, I think it was. Or not Jeskai Ascendancy, Jeskai Ascension deck, the Pyromancer Ascension combo deck. And you don't really have very many mill spells in the deck. You have 2 Thought Scour, which is barely a mill spell. 4 Glimpse the Unthinkable. Target player mills the top 10 for 2 mana. Mesmeric Orb. Whenever a permanent becomes untapped, that permanent's controller puts the top card of his or her library into their graveyard. It's a pretty good, just consistent mill effect. If your opponent's going to try to beat you, they got to be able to tap their permanents, and they're having to mill cards because of it. They're helping you out. And 4 Archive Trap, because you can pay it for 0 if your opponent's playing fetch lands or any kind of search ability. It's really good with your Path to Exile. And you can pay it for 0, and they put the top 13 cards of their library into their graveyard. Back when that was standard, I'd seen somebody get, what was it, double Archive. It actually happened to me. Double Archive Trap and triple Twin Casted. Yeah, that wasn't a good day. It was not a good day. And for your lands, as I said earlier in the video, it doesn't really matter which land you play, just as long as you're playing like some kind of Esper land base. I have 4 Darkslick Shores, 4 Flooded Strand, 1 Godless Shrine, 1 Hallowed Fountain, 2 Island, 1 Plains, 4 Polluted Delta, 2 Shelldock Isle. Shelldock Isle works really well in a mill deck. It's a hideaway land. Taps to add a blue, comes into play tapped. You pay a blue, tap it, you may play the removed card without paying its mana cost if a library has 20 or fewer cards in it. So it's basically gets you an extra mill effect, most likely. Sometimes it gets you a removal spell as well. 1 Watery Grave, that actually should say 2 Watery Grave and 1 Swamp, I believe. I think I have it backwards. And for the sideboard, we have 4 Extirpate. This card's, you need this card in your sideboard. That's one of the reasons I haven't really put it together yet. It's because I was debating between Extirpate and Surgical Extraction. Surgical Extraction, stupid expensive for no reason. But you need to be able to hit like their Emrakuls and things like that. 3 Inquisition of Kozilek, just some good disruption. 2 Relic of Progenitus. 1 Thoughtseize, 2 Stony Silence, and 3 more Crypt Incursions. But like I said in the earlier video, just something, I like this deck a lot. I know it's not good, but I mean, it does 5-0 the league every once in a while, so maybe it's playable. Maybe some of you guys can fine-tune this deck and make it better. And I hope to see you guys next Monday. I would like to remind you guys to smash that thumbs up button if you guys like what you see and want to see more. Helps me out, helps you out, helps everybody out, allows me to create more content like this on a daily basis. Also, remember to comment down below with any deck suggestions, play suggestions, anything like that, sideboard suggestions even. Also, remember to follow me on Twitter and like my Facebook page. Both links will be in the description below. Also, you can email me if you guys just want to talk to me about anything and everything. That link will also be in the description below. Also, if you guys like this content, there is probably more content on the channel that you would like, so go ahead and just check it out. I would really appreciate it. Watch my older videos. You know, my quality has drastically improved, so there is that. Remember to subscribe to this channel so you can see more awesome content like this on a daily basis, and I hope you guys have a good night. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.